this whole semester has been pretty busy for me because I'm conducting the chamber orchestra and the wind ensemble, which has me on campus 5 days a week. I actually live in New Hampshire, so I'm spending a lot of time in the car.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes me about an hour. And on a good day, an hour to get to work. On a bad day, 2 hours. But I live with family, and the dog is like, he's living his best life out there, so. I'm Dr. Joshua Roach. I am an assistant professor here at the College of Fine Arts School of Music, and I primarily am the director of the wind ensemble here, but I also work some with the orchestra program, and I teach a couple of other classes within the music curriculum here. One of the things that I was asked when I interviewed here last year was, why BU? Well, it's in a great city, Boston. My undergraduate, USC and BU are both R1 institutions that are really big, situated in really big cities. And then these schools of music are located within these big universities that are really high level performing institutions with a lot of different activities going on. So it's been great, and I've loved being a part of the community, and I'm looking forward to continuing to deepen my roots here. Thank you. Can it feel a little bit more scampering, like mice? Rehearsals are happening. All those things that go around organization are a value that I have for my students. How I meld my role for them as an artistic leader with me being a teacher, right? So me balancing in rehearsals the sense of having a professional atmosphere, but a friendly, positive atmosphere, but also knowing when there are points at which I need to teach them something, right? Like, okay, do you all know about this, that, or the other? Okay, I'm hearing this, and this is what I'm looking for. But really, I really value having a positive rehearsal atmosphere that leads to a good process that prepares students to be successful in performance. Saxes, make sure that we're feeling da, 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 the velocity through that. The percussion and our plucky friends are doing a great job with that. Here's F, those people again. 3 and 4 and. Players tend to perk up as we get closer to the concert because they've got a lot of things happening. I'm going to have my lessons that I have to practice for. I have chamber music, which is like small group work. I've got an academic class or two that I'm taking that I have to study for. As you're trying to juggle all of these balls or keep all these plates spinning, a concert that's 3 or 4 weeks away feels like a long time away. People get closer to the concert, they start to go, okay, it's coming, okay, it's coming, okay, it's coming. I've noticed that there is an arc to a semester. Everybody's got a lot of excitement and energy coming into the beginning of the semester, but also a lot of anxiety because a lot of them are new students, particularly with all of our grad students, because our grad students cycle over every 2 years. They're only 2-year programs. There's a lot of anxiety, like, okay, I'm new here. Am I going to be good enough to fit in? Like, they're so serious at the beginning of the semester, right? And because they don't know anybody, people get more comfortable with each other. They start getting better at listening. Some things get faster. But also, as the semester sets on, people get more tired and they start to get more burned out. Last week, I was having a rehearsal, and I ended rehearsal like 9 minutes early because we had done the things that needed to get accomplished, and I could tell the players were getting tired. So we were working on a piece of music that was like, it started to not really get that much better, and so I said to him, okay, I think we've chewed enough fat out of that for the day. We're going to go home, come back, and we'll do it again.
I was definitely a little intimidated by Boston. Like, a lot of people, especially on the West Coast, is like, oh, Boston is like where it's happening. Like, it's, especially for fusion music, like what I like to do, and classical music in general, like, it's such a rich community here of that type of stuff. It's like a place where you can go and actually like have a career performing and composing and doing all these different things. So it can be really scary thinking about it from that perspective, where you're like, oh, this is like a hub of this thing. For me, I came in with an open mind, and I was like, I'm going to meet some people that I like and probably some that I don't like too. And I was just pleasantly surprised with just how great it is, because you don't even have to talk with people right away, right? Just putting yourself in the space with people and working on that community goal in that way of like trying to bring something to life. Like, you have something to talk about, you have something to interact with other people about, and you have a thing that is consistent that you can go to. that'll put you in the space with other people. And I think that a lot of times, as long as you're kind and show that you work and come prepared, like people are going to respect that, and you're going to get points in people's book, even if you don't talk to them all the time.
I had the chance to play with the orchestra as a soloist, and this was the first experience when I was the part of it. You're the only one. You're only one piano in whole huge orchestra, and you should somehow integrate to this group, and sometimes support them, sometimes lead, sometimes just give some shimmers of sound. So that's very unique, and that was like a great experience for me as a pianist. Word ensemble means to play together, being like united. That's hard, especially as a soloist. You should just go out of that mindset because you're not soloist inside of orchestra, and you shouldn't behave like that. It's all about listening, finding the balance, integrate to this group, and to be part of it and be present. It's a very good experience for all, I think, musicians.
I think listening is a big skill that I hope they develop. I think having had other people around them modeling certain values like respect of people's time and talent. So one of the biggest things I hope that they learn or really hone, because they've done a lot of performing already by the time they come to school here, a lot of performing. I hope it's a honing process, and I hope that they walk away having had a positive experience. One of the things that I hope that the students get from playing in wind ensemble here is a broadened sense of what's out there in terms of concert music, right? The world is a lot bigger than one thinks it is. I mean, it's small. The world is a really small place in a lot of ways, but it's so rich and deep and broad in a lot of other respects. And so I hope that their experience in wind ensemble will have sparked that. And for those of them who've had an experience like wind ensemble before, I hope that it will continue on that joy that they have playing their repertoire.